Imperium Infantry. Guardian. Weapon Issue 5 Standard Laser Rifle. For nearly a century they were known as the Guardians of Order, the Guardians of the Order, or simply Guardians. They were the colonial police force, a faceless symbol of Imperium policy and the will to enforce it. Equipped with masked helmets, powered body armor, and years of rigorous training, the Guardians in appearance and action were the embodiment of the Order's creed, the many as one. Bion, weapon heavy plasma rifle. Bions, or Bionetic Fighting Men, were originally manufactured by Insignis in small quantities and were intended to be anti-tank units and base guards. So effective were they in their first engagements, however, that they were soon being produced in large numbers. Bions were very hard to bring down and were useful against infantry, armor, air units, and even structures. Exterminator, weapon, roll-lock, disolunion grenades. At first, Imperium engineers were uncertain as to how to make the best use of the new acid-based, metal-dissolving foaming agent. The advent of hover-suit troopers provided the perfect delivery mechanism. The foam was packed into pressurized grenades, which exploded into a cloud of burning acid upon impact. The term exterminator was coined by Marshal Ignatius Ariat, who often referred to Freedom Guard spider bikes as little insects. Infiltrator, weapon none. It was some time before several arrogant members of the Imperium Shadowhand came to accept that the Freedom Guard had in fact developed technology that they were interested in acquiring. After being outwitted on Malak in the Freedom Guard infiltrators' theft of hover drive's technical specifications, the Shadowhand determined to use similarly equipped units to gather technical information concerning some of the new Freedom Guard innovations. Powered holofield suits were rapidly developed, and disguised Shadowhand operatives made several successful acquisitions. Most of the technology stealing, however, was still carried on by the Freedom Guard. Amper, weapon, biodarts. On the cloud-shrouded world of Amatower, there was a massive edifice that dominated one of the larger islands in the phosphorescent Regin Sea. Inside was one of the Imperium Directorate's most closely guarded secrets, the Archangel Life Research Center. Despite its benign name, it was rumored that the center was home to one of the most deplorable human research experiments ever conceived. Many of the technicians who staffed the facility were in fact products of some of the cybernetic research that was carried on there. It could be fairly assumed that much of the research that went into the development of the Bions took place at the Archangel Center. It was the Shadowhand that initially suggested to the Directorate that some of the center's research into biotoxins might be put to good use on the battlefield. Soldiers who were badly wounded could be shot full of a kind of adrenal booster, giving them a burst of fighting energy. The boosters were toxic and, ultimately, fatal, but the idea was appealing to the military because it meant that engaged troops could stay in the field longer. For the delivery of the required biodarts, the Shadowhand recommended using some of the cybergenetic creations that worked in Archangel. Accepting the Shadowhand's suggestions, the Imperium High Command soon put into action several teams of these tri-legged, half-human monsters. In time, they found that these Ampers, as they came to be called, could even be used effectively against healthy Freedom Guard infantry. Upon seeing these creatures in battle, Freedom Guard leader Gerhard Bantrel observed, "If any are still in doubt as to the justice and urgency of our cause, they need only see this horror, and the infected character of our enemy will be made undeniably plain."